Hey guys, it's Troy Dooley over here with MLM Help Desk doing an update on Zoom Mobile. Now this one's a little crazy. First of all, George Burton reached out to me. George and I have built a pretty good relationship. He doesn't always agree with me, I'm going to tell you that right now. And sometimes I think it's his, if some of you, and I think this is public knowledge, I'm going to share it anyway, but George, not only did he serve in the military, but he served in a unit to where, whether it was the Marine Corps, whether it was the Navy, if we had our own special ops team, the Force Recon, if we had Navy SEALs, whatever it is, George actually served on the team that came in and extracted those guys out, okay? Marines, first in, last out. Well, if we had to go in prior and then be extracted out, George and his teams are the ones that did that. So George sometimes, when he's frustrated at me or frustrated at the situation, uses some common vernacular in the military that we don't use out here in the civilian life. So when we talked on the phone, there was a couple times when he was a little bit frustrated, and rightfully so. See, the one thing that I believe in is when you're a businessman, you go eyeball to eyeball with somebody. If you don't like me and I don't like you, we can sit down as men or women and we can discuss that. But you don't screw around with people's families. You don't bring their family into it. And in this case here, there's some people that have been a little bit frustrated, just flat pissed off at George and Zoom and all that, but yet they want to put his home address up there. They want to do crazy things. They want to tell everybody, let's go mount an AG situation. Now listen, here's the scoop. Every company, and as a distributor, you have a right to go to the AG. No doubt about it. But in some cases, you need to understand something. In the case of Zoom started out, they were one of the few companies that actually put in a good 7 figures to launch their business. About 300,000 of that was your money, founders' money. Guys and gals that said, we want to be founders, we want to make this happen, we'll invest $1,000 each. Well, first it was 100 founders and it went to 300 founders. And people got a little frustrated. Well, that's going to dilute the bonus pools. It wouldn't have diluted the bonus pools if all the founders had been worth it. Now, honestly, I don't think George took in $300,000, and here's why I say that. I've gotten to know his wife at a distance through some correspondence with him and people that they know, and I've gotten to know George, and George has got a heart of gold. And when he saw that he wanted to help somebody and he wanted them to be a founder, I really doubt. Now, he might have charged him $1,000, but the odds are he either put the money in himself or he gave them a spot because he wanted to help out their family. Now, is that good business sense? Probably not if you got an MBA, but when you're into direct selling, when you're in the people business, it's a pretty good deal. But let's say it's $300,000. $300,000 out of $1 million, that's 30%. So the distributors, the founding distributors, they collectively, they put a risk in of 30%. George and his personal investments put in 70%. His board of directors, who also have some investments, all that stuff averages out. The company was going along pretty good. But then, like every other direct selling wireless telephone company, they're controlled by the top 4 companies. All of a sudden, their contract comes due. They had not hit the benchmarks in that contract. And they said, look, here's the scoop. Here's what's going to happen. We got to, you're either going to have to make this a win-win with us, put some more money up, or you're going to have to pay higher fees. And that's what I've warned everybody about. There's just no money in the way most of these businesses run on the wireless niche. Well, George and his team came together. They figured out a way that they could still make money, keep the doors open, change some stuff, and they did it. But during this process, George also brought out some outside auditors to take a peek at some things and found about 10 employees. One of them, the person he'd put in charge to kind of be the front person to run things, had been trying to launch their own company inside while they're building, or quote-unquote, supposed to be building Zoom. And that's not cool either. If you want to build a company, and this company's not a competing wireless company, it's just another direct selling company, but if you want to do that, if you get an itch and you want to go somewhere else, then leave. Don't do it while you're on the inside. That's uncool. Okay, it just doesn't work right. So we're going to be watching Zoom. George has got some great ideas that he shared with me that we've got to keep off the record because it's proprietary stuff that is happening, stuff that they're doing, but we will keep an eye on this. We will be watching this for you to see what happens, to see where it goes. Is it high risk? Anything in the wireless niche is high risk. I'm going to tell you that right now. Just keep your eyes on it. Because if anybody can pull this off, if George can do it, and the one thing that he said that and I know he knows it's my heart, but it's something he said, Troy, I just want to make sure that the distributors that are with us today, the distributors that have hung true, the distributors that are caring, are there for us. And let me say this before I shut this thing down for Zoom Mobile. There's been some crap on the internet too where they've said, well, you didn't give us any warning. I want you to know something. I received an email 30 days prior to any changes going on. Was that a lot of time? No. But it's more than most direct selling companies give. George said, look, here, we're going to be making the change. Then a few weeks later, I got brand new SIM cards. I haven't activated them, but I've called up on the phone. I wanted to see what the process is. When you fire 10 people with 8 or 9 of them being in customer service, it slows you down. But he's going to be bringing in Multisoft, and they're going to be doing some CRM stuff, so it's going to be good. You know, hang with it. And if you're going to jump, man, go somewhere else. Don't go to another wireless company. I guarantee you're going to have the same crap happen to you. Okay, it's just the nature of this beast right now. It's a young industry, and if you can't suck it up and take the risk, get the heck out. I don't care what company it is. It's just not for you. Go to Noni or go to Zango or go to Amway. Go to Avon. Go somewhere where there's stability. It's plain and simple. Live life like it's an epic adventure. We'll see you at the top.